Hello, I'm Sue. I started my keto journey at the age of 76 last March, and with the idea of improving my health and losing quite a lot of weight. Pleased to say that it's all going good so far, but I'll talk about that some other time. Today I'd like to cook with you lemon curd. It's because it's very simple, and I really do miss homemade jams and shop-bought jams, but I can't eat those on the keto diet because they contain far too much sugar and would take me out of ketosis very quickly. So I found this recipe. I've made it before and it's very successful for me. It just is very simple. It has lemons, just two lemons, some erythritol or stevia swerve sugar, the keto sugar, some butter and some eggs, and that's it. That's basically the recipe, and I end up with a lovely thick lemon curd that I can freeze in small quantities and bring out as I need it, or keep it for a week or a little bit longer in the fridge. So let's start. First, I'm going to zest 2 lemons, and I've got a very good zester here, but any grater would do. So I'm just going to take the nice yellow parts of the lemon. Try not to get too much of the white pith, because that is slightly bitter to taste, and it might affect the flavour of my lemon curd. And so I'm just going to go all over the lemon, taking off. I'll need about half a tablespoonful altogether to get the flavour I want, but it is worth doing this because you do get the flavour of the lemon which is in the skin. So that's one done, and we'll go all over the second one. Do this before you cut the lemon up, otherwise it's very difficult to do it with half a squashy lemon. And it smells absolutely wonderful. I'm getting the aroma of lemons already. Really nice. You just have to look a little bit places that you haven't done. And there we are. Let's just take off the rest of it. So that's my lemon. I'm going to now cut the lemons in half, and I'm going to take out the juice. I used to have an ordinary lemon juicer, but I bought this container very cheaply, and it's wonderful because all I have to do is just squeeze the lemon out, and the pips don't go into the lemon juice, and I can keep squeezing, get most of it out, and we just end up with the juice that is what I'm going to use at the bottom. I'll carry on doing the others and then get back to you. So this is my lemon juice and the lemon zest that I'm going to mix in later on. But the next job is to whip up 3 eggs. I've already cracked the eggs into a bowl because I needed them to be at warm temperature. They always whip up better at warm temperature. You can do this with an electric whisk. I'm just going to mix them up. Doesn't matter about them being too frothy, but you do need them well mixed so that your mixture, when you make your lemon curd, doesn't go stringy. You want the eggs to help to set the lemon curd. So I'm doing this before I'm going to actually melt my other ingredients, but I can just tell you about that. I will be needing 50 grams of butter, which I need to cut up. So here we've got a full pat of British butter, and it is unsalted. So if I wanted to add salt, I can just add a little bit of salt just to give a little tartness and complements the lemon juice. So I need 50 grams of this, which I shall measure, and I need to then cut that up into small pieces so that we're going to melt it. Much easier to melt it because you want to melt it slowly without burning it. You're not caramelising it, you're just melting it. So do cut it up before you put it in the pan. So I've cut up 50 grams of butter into small pieces, and I've measured out not quite half a cup of stevia sugar. I don't like my lemon curd too sweet, but if you like it sweet, then use a full half cup. And the next thing to do is I've turned on my heat. We don't want it too hot, and I'm going to add the ingredients. So I'm going to put in the butter, so that will start to melt. You're going to add all the ingredients except the eggs. So I'm going to add the lemon juice. This will help to stop the butter from burning, caramelising, don't want that to happen, and the lemon zest. So that can start to infuse into the butter as it melts. It's that lovely lemony flavour. So what you need to do now is to just slowly, and I'm going to add the sugar in a minute, but I just want to get the butter to start melting before I add the sugar. So I shall just let this butter slowly melt, and then as it's melting, it's beginning to melt now, so I'm going to add my sugar, stirring all the time. So you need to have this on a gentle heat and just slowly stir it all the time while the butter and the stevia sugar, the lemon juice all melt together. So I'll come back when that is done, and we're going to then add the eggs. So my butter, stevia sugar and the lemons are all nicely melted, and while it's just sort of finishing off, I'll just give a final whisk to the 3 eggs. And then I'm going to turn the heat down a little, because this has to be done quite slowly, because I'm going to add the eggs into the pan and whisk while I'm doing it, because we want this to very slowly heat and thicken up. Don't want it to happen too thickly, otherwise we'll get scrambled egg. I've been whisking this for approximately 6 or 7 minutes, and it's now beginning to go thick, so it's nearly there, but you have to continually whisk all the time so you don't burn it. And I'm getting a nice thick mixture, and I'll just let it completely finish off, and it will thicken up as it cools. But if you look at the consistency of it, you can see that it's beginning to thicken up nicely. And it really smells lovely and lemony. You can use this as a sort of hot sauce over a keto sponge. That would be delicious. I might do that for my tea tonight. So I think that's just about done now. We've lost all the froth on the top, and the eggs thickened up nicely without curdling. So I've now taken it off the heat because it's really thickened up. I think it's finished. And if you have a look, you can see that I've got a nice mixture that will thicken up even more, but it'll be just right for my lemon curd to add onto cakes or anything that I want that lovely lemony flavour with. What I will do is wait till it's cold, and then I'll put them into small plastic tubs around about this size, so that this would last me a week, quite a few servings if it's just me eating it. This one had keto, apple and cinnamon, and I've just got it out of the actual freezer. So I will probably be keeping one tub in the fridge to use now, and then freezing the rest in small containers to use over the next few months. And I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. In fact, I'll just have a taste and tell you. I can really taste that lovely lemony flavour, and the sharpness is coming out, contrasting nicely. It's still quite sweet, just sweet enough for me, but it would be absolutely delicious adding to other recipes that need a keto lemon curd. Really nice. So thank you for watching, and join me again when we continue with my keto journey.